So what's this I hear about Diddy had a blade on his neck by an inmate? That's the word that went down. What do I think about this? Well, we know he's trying to get up out of there. Somebody gonna definitely try to pat his pockets and how much protection. I'm sure that there's enough to give him a nudge and to be at him. Um, he gonna be doing some snitching too. He gonna snitch out on LeBron James. He gonna snitch out on Jay-Z. A lot of stuff that you see going down is about to really hit the fan. I think Diddy got some on Trump, probably got a tape, got something. They used to run, they run in the circles. And I said this before. You're guilty of something. There was definitely stuff that he did what they charged him, but they didn't charge him for what they charged him with, if that makes any sense. You ain't getting no 4 years for being freaky deaky. The assault thing on Cassie was probably like a couple years anger management. It don't merit what they put down with that 5 years probation, all that other stuff. But one hand has to scratch the other. But you got to understand with Diddy, he should have gotten 3 times more of what Giselle Maxwell got. If she can go to Cupcake and be playing patty cake and walk across town free, Diddy should be out already. But they going to put hands on him, but they going to do it strategically. But it'll be interesting when he gets out early. But anyway, someone pulled up on him, pulled a blade up on him in the joint, by an inmate. And it's, like I said, because people be reading and they watch and they know certain things that you do. So you got to be careful what you put out there, your energy. And Diddy got some real, not so particularly fond of energy. So, I'm sure that Cats was like, somebody gonna try to make example, they're not gonna make no example out of him because first of all, he's worth more around, and you gotta get to hit that bag. But I'm saying right now, Diddy will be in a situation where they're gonna protect him as much as they can, they're gonna make sure he okay as much as they can, This thing is a lot deeper than you can imagine. And there's a lot going on. There's a lot of players involved. There's a whole lot of stuff you can't even begin to imagine. That you couldn't even think that could be possibly true, that is true. So we're going to see it all plays out. But yeah, someone try to, Shawshank redempt him. And, I'm sure there's been people that have been coming around, but they're not going to go all full. No one's going to go full on Diddy. Because if you go full on Diddy, you mess up the bag. And you're not going to mess up the bag